Hi, Ken Boyer from Garage Gurus. Today I want to talk about inspecting a spindle. And the first thing I want to do is to make sure it's clean. So you want to grab a rag, you're going to clean it up. You're going to get all the dirt off of it, all the grease and grime off the spindle. You're going to clean back in this area here and just get all the dirt and grime out of there, because if you're on a roadside inspection and they're looking for seal failures, if you've got leftover grease here, they could call you for a seal leak that you don't have. So you just want to make sure that while you have access, you clean it up real well. So the first thing I want to talk about is the seal journal. And any imperfections you're going to feel around, any imperfections you can feel, you can actually take them out with a piece of emery cloth and go in and take any imperfections out. If you've got anything bigger than that, any other damage, it might be enough to where the seal could get damaged when you're installing the hub. If you're installing a hub install seal, go ahead and take a file and you can clean that up. Whatever the issue is, you can file it down and then just finish it off with some emery cloth and clean it up and make sure it's okay. So that's all you got to do to make sure that there's no damage or any imperfections on that seal journal. The next thing I want to talk about is your bearing journals. You have your inboard and outboard. You're just going to make sure that they're good and clean. You're going to make sure that they don't have any imperfections. Same with the outboard. You're going to check it for anything. Now I'm just for demonstration purposes, going to show you that you should be measuring at the 12 and 6 position, and you should be measuring at 9 and 3 position. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that you should be miking in this position, 12 and 6, and you should be taking a mic reading in the position of 9 and 3. Now, pay close attention to whatever the manufacturer specifications are, and then pay close attention to the position number 6 or 6 o'clock position here, because that's where your damage occurs, that's where your wear occurs, especially if you've had any previous wheel end issues. The damage will occur, the wear can occur down here at the 6 o'clock position. So the other thing I want to talk about are the threads. You're going to clean the threads, make sure that they're good and clean. You're going to look for any imperfections and make sure that the nuts go on and they're not caught, they don't get caught, they're not dragging or anything, because your RP618 for your hub wheel assembly installation, you need to make sure that you get the torque values correct, so you don't want any damage in the threads. And then another thing I want you to take a look at is the keyway, because if it's ever had a loose wheel, it can tear up the keyway and do damage there. So you're just going to inspect it over real good and just make sure that there's nothing there that's going to affect torque, nothing there that's going to affect the wheel lock mechanism to lock the hub on. So just make sure that all that is in place. And that's basically all you have to do to take care of a spindle inspection, to make sure it's ready to go for a new bearings and seals. And that's how you inspect a spindle. If you like the content of this video, hit like and subscribe. If you want more information on Garage Gurus, visit garagegurus.tech. I'm Ken Boyer. Thanks for watching.